All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm going to just wait a couple minutes here, just a few seconds, just to allow some people to jump on and get ready for the live stream here. Good evening, everybody. I'll get the music started. Like I said, I'm just going to wait a couple minutes here just to let some people jump on. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for joining me here on the Royal We. I'm glad you guys are here. Hi, Karen. Hi, Gamer. Hi, guys. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes here. Hi, Reynolds. Hi, Tanya. I started a little bit later than I would like to have. I like to start right at 10 o'clock. It's 10:02, but that's okay. There's everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Samia. Hey, Regina. It's good to see you. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lisa. Eileen. Rick Mash. My first live chat. Right on, Rick. We're happy to have you. Thank you for joining, ma'am. Share Web. Hi. Blue. All right, I've got a good story with Blue. I'm going to share it with everybody. She helped open my eyes to some things, so I'm going to share. I hope you don't mind me doing that, Blue. Hi, Dura. Jenny Willows, how are you? Revived Lady Karen B. Hello, everybody. All right. We're going to go ahead. I want to make sure I'm recording. I'm actually going to be doing the podcast from this as well. So, yes, I want to put this on podcast as well, guys, so that people can listen to it who like to listen to podcasts eventually. And so that's part of where this is going and where the live stream is going. And so with that, I want to thank you guys for being a part of the Royal We Live. For those of you who are watching live on YouTube right now, you can contact me at any time and you will be live on the Royal We. The phone number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen on YouTube. So go ahead and use that telephone number to call. And we already have a caller. But before I answer the caller, so I know you know what, I'm going to put you on hold. I know you're anxious. I just want you to hold on one moment. I already got a phone call up, but if you would wait one moment, let me get through a couple of important things here. The phone calls are live, so be mindful, filter your words. You can also remain anonymous if you choose to. There's nothing wrong with that. I do have to go ahead and put out this warning real quick that viewer discretion is advised because we are talking about narcissistic abuse, a very sensitive subject matter. We may be talking about sexually explicit things as well as different abuse concepts and things like that. So I do put out this 18 plus warning. And guys, just because some people have been asking about it, I want to let you guys know about the course that is available, the Royal We course. You can find out more information about the Royal We course down in the description box below the video. I know that people ask, what's the link to the course? How can I find the course? I get this question a lot. The truth is that the link is such a long link because it's hosted on this site called Teachable that it's just ridiculous. And I don't want to try and spell it out. So I put the link in the description box of the video so you can click on that. Some key things about the course, just real quick to let you know. One, it includes video tutorials. It has self-healing assignments, and then it also includes one-on-one sessions with me to help you through the work and especially the inventory. The fourth thing that I didn't put on there for you is that it is modular. So I'm going to be adding to the course as time goes on different things as far as going no contact, different legalities and things like that that I'd like to get into. And so once you enroll in the course, you will have access to that stuff, whatever's added in the future. Okay. It's currently on acceptance, the reality of narcissistic abuse and acceptance. So with that, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome our first caller. You're live on the Royal We. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello.
You're on.
Hi. Hi. My name's Pamela. I'm calling from Canada, and the reason why I'm calling is because I have been in a narcissistic abusive relationship for the past 16 years. My husband at the time discarded my daughter and I on August the 17th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, he left me with all the joint expenses and all these different things, and to left me to take care of her on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I've been receiving a lot of help, but what I'm asking, I'd like to ask the people from the panel. I'm going through a divorce right now. I filed my documents. He was served on January the 2nd.
Okay.
He isn't providing any child support or any spousal support to take care of the joint expenses. And I just received the documents, his response today, and it was like he was just making me seem like he was continuing with the abuse by characters, assassinating my character, making
Mm-hmm.
smart comments about things that happened, things happened, disclosing that in the document.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the focus is supposed to be about support. So when I go to court, I just want to know how do I I don't want him to start controlling the situation. I don't
Right.
want to. I don't want to get emotional, and I'm not going to be doing any digs at him. And I think the best way to do it is to let him reveal himself.
Yes.
But I almost had a panic attack today when I found out, and I just want to know, how do you cope with all the divorce, and he uses
Mm-hmm.
his
Mm-hmm.
narcissist, like he's been diagnosed with bipolar. And I like to ask people, is there any other people that have people that they're with that are narcissistic that use their other mental illness like bipolar as an excuse for their actions, so they get sympathy from other people, but they never get treated or dealt with their narcissism, like it was never dealt with?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I think it's an excellent question for the people of the community and who have dealt with that. In my personal experience, the first thing I like to avoid on the Royal We when I talk to people, and that's trying to categorize different types of abusive personalities. Okay, you can have bipolar. You can have there's all kinds. Antisocial, sociopathic, and borderline, and all this stuff, and histrionic, and when we try to diagnose it, okay, what we're trying to do is say, okay, I get it. It makes sense. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I have never, in my years of doing this, talked to somebody who said, you know what, Kevin, I found out that I was dealing with a histrionic, and now that I know that, everything is better. It doesn't happen like that.
Yes.
Okay. Abuse,
Right.
abuse is abuse is abuse is abuse is abuse. And
Right.
and here at the Royal,
Right.
we put it under the just umbrella of narcissism. Now, is there mental disorders? Yes. Does it make abuse okay? No, never. So what we're doing here is it's just about you, right? You've got to put boundaries up, no matter how they diagnose it. Doesn't matter. Let them diagnose, and let them claim they're mental and half this or half that. It doesn't matter. Abuse is abuse, and
Okay.
it stops with you. And you say, no, I've got boundaries. I don't care what the doctors say is wrong with you. I don't deal with this. Name calling, shoving, pushing, choking me, throwing things at me. You're done.
Right.
You're out. No mental disorder a doctor
Right.
can diagnose is going to make that okay around me, right?
Right.
Okay. And then the
Right.
second thing, and so that's why I tend to just say narcissistic abuse, because at some level, what it really is a lack of empathy. These, whatever
Right.
whatever you want to call it, it's a lack of empathy. It's only a care and a concern about how powerful they are in the moment. They don't care about who it affects. They don't care if they hurt you. Doesn't matter. Okay. So that's why I put it under
That's right.
narcissistic umbrella. Now, the second part about the legalities and going to court, in my own personal
Yeah.
experience and talking to people, you're absolutely right. And you have the right idea right off the bat. And knowing that they're going to try to evoke you emotionally, this is narcissistic abuse. This is their biggest game play. This is their supply.
Right.
This is what makes them feel powerful.
Right.
So if you can remain cool, remain calm,
Right.
and do exactly what you
Right.
said, let him roll out his true self. Let him throw fits.
Yeah.
Let them yell and rage in the courtroom, and she's this and she's, and let people see what's going on. Be calm, be cool, be honest, be direct, right? Don't give them that
Right.
supply. That would be my take.
Yes.
But some people
Yeah.
here who have had that experience might be better at answering that for you. So and that's why the community's here to be able to help you out with that.
I appreciate your help. I really do.
Right on. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's an excellent question. And while I'm talking about the community and how the community here can help her out, it's important for you guys to know that it's healing to call. There's two reasons that it's good for you to call in and talk on the Royal We. The first reason is that one, you're able to get some healing yourself. And hi, you're live on the Royal We. Give me 1 second. I'm going to finish this thought. The first reason it's good to call is because one, it's healing for you to be able to talk about what's going on. It's freeing. Two, it helps people in the community because they can relate. It resonates with them. They can feel, through empathy. They can offer suggestions. It's a great thing all the way around. So that's what I wanted to put out there to encourage you. If you're on the fence about calling and talking, listen, I've been there. There was a time where I felt like I couldn't talk to anybody. But the more I was able to kind of put into words what was going on, the quicker the healing experience was. All right, you're on the Royal We. Thank you for calling.
Hi. I was in a 3-year relationship with what I would call definitely a narcissistic abusive individual.
Okay.
I had no idea. I had no idea what the word narcissist even meant until a close, like somebody that I was close to that saw kind of what was going on in our relationship called the individual a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started looking up, what that even meant. I guess my question was, throughout this 3-year relationship, there was obviously a lot of mental abuse and verbal abuse that went down, and it did escalate into physical abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that's pretty common?
Abuse is progressive. Abuse is progressive. And I've actually made a video on this. If you look at the Royal We channel and you scroll through the videos, you'll find one that says progression. Abuse it's called Abuse in Progress. I wish I could put up an image, the thumbnail here. And it's exactly about what you're talking about. Okay? Abuse is highly progressive. If you don't deal with it and squash it at the get-go, if an abusive narcissist gets in their mind, whether it's a guy or a girl, that they have a chance, they find your weaknesses, they find your vulnerabilities, and they find it that they're capable of pushing your buttons, then they will continue to push it. And if you try to fight back, they're going to fight back and find more buttons, right? And then they create this all-out war. And what starts out is jokes and jabs that they call it, turns into name calling and cussing you out, then turns into yelling and screaming at you, then turns into pushing you and throwing things at you, then turns into possibly hitting you. And then after that, God only knows. You can end up on a episode of Crime Watch because an abusive narcissist tripped out and put a knife in you. Okay? And this is why it's so dangerous to mess around with these types of personalities once you see the abuse starting to set in. And I know it's hard to separate. It really is hard because you feel like they've given you a lot, that she's given you her time and energy, but at the same time, you've got to look at the progress of the abuse. Where's this going? How dangerous can it get? Okay, it's important, and it's very real.
What made it really hard on my part was there was a toddler involved that I pretty much adopted.
Okay.
And, so it made it really hard to leave because of the little boy that I grew to love, and and that's where I started, doing research, and I figured out that I'm definitely an empath,
Right.
Where I always figured I could help her, like I could fix her, I could, I'm gonna do everything I can to help her out. So, but like I said, it's inevitable. It's from the research I've done that with someone like that is very, very not only verbally but financially abusive and verbally abusive.
Right.
And it would escalate into physical abuse. And the way she would do it was like she would she would initiate fights like that, and then she would start like secretly record it. After it got really bad, she would secretly record it.
Try to set you up.
Try to set me up, and then like, you know, then she, you know, she shows videos to, you know, friends and family and stuff where,
of course,
after she pushed me to the brink, and then it's like she sits back and starts crying, and oh my God, she's all, you know, like the victim.
Right.
You know,
Typical. This is very typical. This is very typical. I have seen this personally myself with female women narcissists. Okay, female narcissists. Now, and there are a lot of ways in which men who are abusive narcissists and females who are narcissists act the same. Okay, but there's some slight differences. And typically, you know, men who are abusive narcissists are aggressive, loudmouth, and they just kind of go for the attack. And what I've seen and what I've experienced through females who are abusive narcissists is they attack through other people. They attack through people's relationships. So what you're describing is a tactic that they would do. She would want to call you out for your behavior. Doesn't matter what she says to you. She can cuss you out, call you names, throw pots and pans at you, hit you in the back of the head, and then, like you said, turn that camera on while you turn around, and you're at that point, you are in fight or flight or defense mode, and you're saying, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind? And then before you know it, she's running off to everybody else going, look at how mean he is. He's a tyrant. Look at how he talks to me. You know, this is typical. I've experienced similar things to that, right? And so much I was called names and cussed at. But if I so much as said, okay, shut up, I was a bad guy. I mean, I was really bad. Oh, that is so mean. That is so mean. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I've been called by you, this particular girl that I knew. I've been called by you ignorant, idiot, a-hole, dummy, all this stuff, this hate-filled, bitter stuff. And I tell you to shut up because it's getting on my nerves. And you can't handle that, right? And so you have to understand that is the dynamic. That's exactly what's going on. They feel entitled. Abusive narcissists feel in an entitled role to push your buttons, say what they want, do whatever they want, but you can't do anything back. That's their rule. So this is why you have to decide, okay, I'm not in your game anymore. I'm not going to live in your world anymore because your world is very narcissistic. It's one-sided.
Yeah.
It's all about who.
It was interestingly enough. So I did so much research. I like dedicated every single minute of my free time into doing research on those because I was taking her to court for custody of that little boy and a little girl that is my biological daughter, and the little boy that I was fighting for custody of too. They're only 2 years apart. Wildly enough, the hoovering thing came in just before the custody date. Now, if I wouldn't have done all this research, I wouldn't have understood what this whole hoovering thing was.
Yeah.
I would have just thought, oh, she learned a lesson. She wants to come back and be a family. I knew what she was up to because of the research I've done. And maybe it was it bad of me that I took advantage of the hoovering stage? It was right. Everything just worked out to where we went to court and everything. I was granted, you know, we got 50-50. I got 50-50 custody of those kids.
That worked out. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go and give some time for another phone call. But thank you. That was very good questions from you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your call.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. So the phone line is back open, and I want to try to keep the phone moving, guys. That's why, you know, when we talk, because there's a lot of people I know who would like to call and like to be able to talk a little bit and share what's going on. So I'm not trying to rush anybody off the phone, but just to let you know, give you a heads up that I do want to. And people have said, hey, some of the phone calls seem to last a long time. And I know because I get into, you know, the stories and ideas and concepts and helping people, which, by the way, if you do take the Royal We course, we can talk for a long time because that's what That's what we do, one-on-one session, and we just talk about, the concepts of what's going on. So the phone number's back on the screen, and the phone line is open. You're welcome to go ahead and call. And yeah, other than that, guys, I hope everybody is doing really good. I did want to mention that I talked to Blue earlier. I mentioned this when I saw her name pop up, and Blue brought to my attention that some people might want to be able to donate. And she actually brought up the which I was kind of aware of it, but I wasn't quite sure. I guess YouTube has a super chat where you can donate to put a chat on there. And I've seen that, but I don't want to do that because first of all, I'm here for you guys. So I'm not here to have you, leave any money for comments or anything like that. My immediate thought was, no, that's going to interrupt the chat as far as what I would see. I couldn't imagine, seeing you guys talk to each other, then all of a sudden, well, so and so donated $10. I think it would disrupt your guys' chat and your guys' forum and how you interact with each other. So I don't want to do that. But instead, what I will let you know is that I do have, and I have had this for a long time. For those of you who want, I do have a donation link that's on my channel page, the home page. So if you go to the Royal We home page, where it's got the Royal We banner, it has all the videos underneath it. You'll see up in the corner, top right corner, there is a PayPal link, and you're welcome to donate there anytime you would like. And hi there. I'm going to finish this thought real quick, and I'll get with you. You can donate there anytime you like. Again, on the home page. All right. Thank you. You're on the Royal We. Thank you for calling.
Hi. Yeah. Thanks for answering. Oh, okay.
Oh, can you turn the computer? Can you turn the computer down?
Yeah. So, I was calling because I had a situation with what I feel like was a narcissist, but it's been really confusing for me to try to figure out really label him that and identify him that, because basically what it was he wouldn't commit to me, and he was emotionally unavailable, and he played all these games, and he was deceptive. And then what I've seen with the new supply is that basically everything he denied me, he ended up giving to her. And it's made me feel like maybe it wasn't that he was a narcissist, that he just wasn't interested in a relationship with me, but he was kind of stringing us along at the same time. And the stories I've told my friends, and the way that, like, his abusive words, and just how much he put me down, and how much he projected all of his wrongdoings on the fact that he just didn't want a relationship with me, and like gaslighted me, has left me like really confused. So I guess my question is, how do you know, how do you know if it was just like a jerk that you were dealing with, or if it was just because it's hard to move forward knowing, like, I've tried to look at like my part in it, but it's like also like he just left me so bewildered and confused, because the version he is with this other person is basically everything that he denied from me, and it's like made me feel like it was just me that was the problem.
Okay, so I get this. I get this a lot, right? And people oftentimes feel this way, like they moved on, and the new person is getting what I didn't get. And I want to be the first, if I am the first to tell you that, first of all, don't be jealous of the girl, because she's not getting the person that you never got. She's getting the person that's absolutely the same person that you got. That's the truth of it. She's getting, exactly what she's getting. She's not getting anything better, and she's not getting any. She's not. It's the same dude. It's the same dude. The same words, the same tactics, the same manipulative things, the same eager. And I don't know how your relationship was, but let me guess. Was it very fast to get into the bedroom?
Yes, extremely.
Okay.
But it was like a long period of love bombing, that he was actually my neighbor, and I didn't really see that it was love bombing until after the fact, but it was him making me feel very safe and very cared for, and it was kind of sudden in the bedroom, but then it was like, I never liked you, I never wanted anything with you, you're crazy, like, but then but then it was like but then as a neighbor, I saw their relationship develop into things that he would never, like he would only see me in the middle of the night, and he would only reach out to me like, at odd hours, and he wouldn't like, it just became into this like booty call type situation. But with her, it was like this, I'd see them literally, I mean, it was a very traumatizing situation because I'd see them like their bikes, like riding up together. I'd see them making dinner. I'd see literally everything he denied me, like spending time with me.
Yeah,
with her.
You know what? Big deal. I mean, the reality is if you were, and this is why it's so important to know your value. Because if you were in a little bit more of a standoffish point, then maybe he would have tried the whole bike riding routine and taken you out to the movies and to the ball game. But with you, for whatever reason, it didn't happen because he met you at a vulnerable place and time. And, he just happened to be mowing his lawn, whatever, pick a flower out of his grass and go to you and hey, I'm horny. You want to play around, right? Or whatever. I'm sure there was some love bombing. Like you said, they have a way of making you feel safe. Okay. But the new girl is the exact same thing as going on over there. All the bike riding and stuff, this is just the effort to get what he wants. He wants supply. So he just wants to be there, get his pants dropped, and do his thing, and that's it. And here's the thing you also got to realize, exactly what he's getting. So you wouldn't even want to be that new girl, riding bikes with him and all that stuff. You want to know why? Because at some point he's going to go out and he's going to have a booty call. He's going to have a new you while he's with her. Do you catch that?
I guess
he's gonna he's gonna have a new you while he's with her. Okay. And I
guess it's like that illusion of thinking like, is there a certain type of person that can actually really get a narcissist's attention and like win them over, like in this way where their ego like completely like where they become like slaves to getting that approval and that like supply from that one person? And is it like some inadequacy of mine that I wasn't able to do that? Like that's kind of what I'm left with.
No. And it sounds to me what you're doing is you're putting abusive narcissists way up here on this pedestal.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
They're emotionally homeless individuals. You might as well fall in love, and I've made a video of it with a homeless vagabond. Okay? Seriously. Let me tell you, and this is why I make this illustration, okay? A vagabond, a homeless person, they have gotten you, and not all homeless people, so don't take this the wrong way. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be shaking your finger. Don't talk about homeless. Listen, I've been poor myself, okay? I've faced homelessness, and I know what it's like to work from there to get out of it, all right? So just to put that out there. However, I make this comparison because there are some people who decide, you know what, I want to live homeless. I want to become a vagabond. And here's what they do. They treat every place like it's their home, yet they leave it like they don't care about it. So they can go to a park. They can go to a park bench. They can call it their home. I'm setting up here. This is my park bench. Destroy it, litter it. And they may even fight off other homeless people for that park bench. But the moment someone says, you got to get out of here, you got to get out, they're up and out. They don't care. It was never really, they didn't earn it. They didn't, you know what I mean? So they'll just go to another park bench and another park bench. And sometimes they may sleep at multiple park benches. Okay? So we need to stop putting them as, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. They're not amazing. They're homeless. They're emotionally, mentally homeless individuals. Okay? And you are no more, and this is sad to say, but you're no more than a park bench. That booty call, you are a place to sleep for the night. You're that park bench. You're that's it to them. And this is how, and it should disgust you, that level of being used. Not, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. How lucky am I to be able to give myself to that emotionally homeless person? No. Disgusting. Where's your value for the man that you deserve, who's going to fight for you, right? Take care of you, build a home with you, lead a life with you. None of this, well, I just want to find a new park bench to sleep on, And so So to answer your question, no, you're not going to wrangle in an abusive narcissist and make them this amazing person. It's not going to happen. Right? And even if you could wrangle in an abusive narcissist, the goal of the royal we here is for you to get to that place where you're like, I don't want to. I mean, I want you to think about this. Can you see raising a family with this dude? Doesn't sound like that type of material to me. Can you see building a home? And I mean, really see it. Or do you see a life of just not knowing where he's going to be from one moment to the next? Not knowing if he's sleeping on another park bench, if you know what I mean, right? Without you knowing about it. And so, no, these things don't change. This is his character. This is how he's choosing to live his life. Can't change that.
Yeah.
So you got to start.
The illusion is so deceiving, because it's like you really see everything that from the outside, it really looks so different than what you experience, because you just don't see those things, and you have to imagine that they're happening, but you just see all the good stuff, and you just think it was you that was the problem, and I know that that's a common thing with everyone and the new supply. So,
sure. And in a way, you have to ask yourself, well, wait a minute, what was going on? I allowed him just to come over at midnight and then leave, right? So when you say that, was it me? Well, there was a failure and a breakdown in boundaries, right?
Right.
There's something going on there with the value, right? And so this is something to explore. It's something for you to explore. What's going on? Why? What happened? Right? And obviously there's all kinds of addictions and things like that start to kick in once you get that ball in motion. Once you get that set in motion.
That's
right.
Yeah, exactly.
You become addicted to it. You become addicted to the idea of love. And this addiction that drives you, the motivation becomes more powerful, and it overpowers the reality of what you're dealing with, right?
Totally.
And there's an ability that people have to justify, and it's not uncommon for girls, and I hear this all the time, to say, "Oh, he's the most amazing and most handsome man in the world," right? As if it's some kind of a justification. Oh, the way he talks, I just melt. And I actually had one girl call me one time, and she said, I looked into his eyes, and he had these blue eyes. It was like looking at Jesus. And I had to say, well, first of all, Jesus was Hebrew, so I don't think he had blue eyes. But second of all, you're justifying. You're justifying. Now, here's what happens in justifying. It's part of our motivational system in life. The Bible talks about two becoming one flesh, right? And when you start to get involved and enmeshed in ways in which you shouldn't, right, outside of marriage, just dating, whatever you want to call it, that enmeshment process starts. You start to do the justification. All of a sudden, you're starting to feel like you're becoming one. But the bad news is you're becoming one with something that's not good. It's very evil, right? It's pretty bad. But you start to justify it. Like a good woman who's married to a good man will believe that is the best man in the world, that no man could take his place, right? You start to develop that too. But for a narcissist, that's the best man. Nobody could take his place. And then you start justifying it within yourself. Because he's handsome. Well, because he greases his hair. Because he's got a tattoo. Because he's got blue eyes that remind me of Jesus. Whatever your justification is, you're gonna go that way, right? Very difficult. Yeah. So you got to backpedal, and you got to go, whoa, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm majoring in all the minor stuff here. Eye colors, curls in the hair, whatever. None of that stuff matters. What matters is, who is he? What's he doing right now? Who's he with? What's he doing in life? What's his ambitions? What's his goals? Can he build a family with me? That's what matters, right? So thank you for calling. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right on. Bye. All right, guys, and the phone line is open. I know we are at 10:35. Yesterday, we went to an hour long. I don't think we want to go an hour again tonight, but I will take one more telephone call, and here we go. You are live on the Royal We. Thank you for calling. Can you turn the computer down?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
Hi, Kevin. I spoke with you before last summer, and I had PTSD. But anyway, this is I'm calling because my ex been married. He divorced me after 8 months of marriage.
Okay.
He remarried 9 months later. I haven't heard from him. It's been I think almost like 20, almost 20 months of no contact.
Mm-hmm.
And then since I started school, I think in the end of December, he's been trying to, he was calling the house and hung up. He called my cell phone and hung. He reached out 6 times. Long story short, he reached out 6 times. Well, today he finally got through because I blocked him on everything, and he got that through. And ex-pastor, lost his church, all kind of stuff. New wife, she's supposed to be. So, new wife. They bought a house, lived exactly behind me. New wife don't know he lived behind me. So the day he got through, and I finally said, okay, I wasn't very nice and I wasn't mean, but I was just real cold and great. What do you want? He said, well, I was concerned about the kids. I've been in prayer. And I said, well, what do you want? What do you want with me? And so, but this is my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you, Kevin. What goes on in that brain of theirs? Like, I know it's hell going on behind my house, and I never run into him. I haven't ran into him, but everybody in the neighborhood knows him and know about him and know what happened. And I was very transparent about that.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was trying to reach me, I kept thinking, what is going on? Every time he tried, I put a block on it. Then initially it started slow where he called a house, and then he would call the house and then just hang up. And then I said, he actually left a text this past Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then so today is went down. I said, so him and his wife must be at it. I said, it's been 7 months for them, and it was 8 months when he filed divorce with me. But I don't think it was his intention for me to go all the way through with it.
So your question is what's going on in the mind for them to do what now? To continue?
What goes on in their mind? Like, for instance, I know when he filed for divorce, I don't think it was his intention for him to get a divorce, but Kevin, I don't play.
Right.
And I didn't, and I immediately told everybody in the church. I went all the way through with it. He tried to hoover. I said, oh no, the first time, but see, that was the first time that this personality was revealed.
Right.
He was married 35 years before he married me. His wife died.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw why she died. So today I confronted him. I said, you know what? I know a lot more about you than you think. I said, but I don't bother you with this. I said, I know you've been divorced 3 times. He said, oh, no. I said, no, you divorced your first wife who's dead, and
right.
y'all remarried a few times. I said, this behavior you guys now. I said, what do you want from me? Because I'm not going to play the game with you. So I just wondering, my question, what be stirring in that head? Like, he was like, "What? One thing I regret is making that." I said, "Where's your new wife at now? Does she know you have these regrets and you on the phone and
right,
calling me?"
Exactly. Yeah. So no, the new wife doesn't. The new wife doesn't know any of that. And so to answer your question about what's going on in their mind, it's just new supply. That's it. Where can I feel good? Right? It's kind of weird that he moved in behind you. Okay.
Literally.
But the fact that you guys had a relationship at one point, and he, he feels like he can go and knock on that door and get that familiarity going again, so he can get whatever it was he got from you again. Okay, you can't put this.
So disgusting.
It's sick and it's disgusting. But this is what they do. This is the hoovering. The hoovering is an attempt to try to get back and have that again if they can. So kudos to you and good job for standing your ground and questioning him. What do you want? That's actually the perfect question. What do you want? Well, blah, blah, blah. But no. What do you want from me? You got to get down to it. What do you want from me? And this typically will kind of send them away. This will kind of.
And Kevin, let me tell you, I served him the royal right at the time he was serving. Right at the time he was planning my divorce, I was planning him this big grandiose birthday party. I bought him a brand new Jaguar.
Yeah,
I bought him a car.
That.
He didn't get a chance to put. You remember that?
I remember hearing that.
Yeah. It's like, and I asked him, I said, what do you want from me? I said, it's nothing. I can't be good enough for you. It's nothing I could do to,
There's not.
So that's sick. So what we supposed to do, Kevin? We supposed to go and hook up again and pretend in the church. And I mean, this is a sick.
Yeah.
I don't play that. I don't play church.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for calling me, though.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
thank you.
Kevin.
I appreciate that. You're welcome. Yeah, guys, narcissistically abusive people, they do hoover. They want to come back, and they're, in their mind, they're just trying to reestablish something, and they will try to get from you whatever they can get. If you guys had a sexual relationship, they have no problem with trying to get back to that, right? Especially if you were, whatever your relationship status was, if you were good supply, maybe they just liked fighting with you. So they want to come knocking on your door to start fighting with you again, right? And so this is just something for you guys to be aware of, right? Watch out for that hoover. That's a very unique case and where they live so close. I personally wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to live in the same, I don't want to live in the same state as some abusive narcissist that I know. You know what I mean? So that's a unique situation going on there, right? But ideally, you do want to be able to shut it down immediately when they do hoover you. What do you want? What are you doing? What do you want? How can I help you? Right? These types of questions. How can I help you? Simple as that. And don't fall for the engaging stuff. Well, what do you mean? How can I help you? I just want to, do you need something? Right? And just keep it moving. You've been there. You've done that. You bought the t-shirt. You played that game. There's no need to go back. Right, guys? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the Royal We Live tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm so glad that you're here. We did have a lot of good phone calls, and I'm so grateful that you guys are here. If you did not get on the phone tonight, we will be back tomorrow night, 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And so that, whatever that translates to you guys, I know in New York, it is the wee hours of the morning. But if you're in California, you probably just finished dinner not that long ago. So it's right in the middle, 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. And we'll be here tomorrow night. I'm so thankful for all of you guys. And if you have any questions or comments, get them prepared. You're welcome to email me at jointheroyalwe@gmail.com. I do like to take questions in advance, and then I can open up the show with some different questions from email. You can follow me on Instagram as well at jointheroyalwe. So if you have an Instagram account, find me there at jointheroyalwe. All right, guys, hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be back with you guys tomorrow night right here on the Royal We Live. All right, good night, everybody.